Boom, we are alive and at the upstairs desk today. Get that view. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at just Ethereum today. It's almost about to break into its previous all-time highs, and I figured since we're going to be on the road, it might be easier to just do shorter pre-recorded videos where we look at like one thing at a time and then upload them. So we're gonna try that out today and see how it goes. So we're going to start by looking at Ethereum and just Ethereum today. We'll upload other videos later today on each specific token and see if that maybe works better. Okay, so here's Ethereum on the 6 hour. We always like to use these long time frames because it's important to remember that we're in the middle of this bull market, approximately 14/19ths the way through. And right now, what's nice is on the 6 hour, on the area chart, we're actually holding into a new all-time high. Now, if I switch to the Heiken Ashi, it's very clear that you can see now that we're actually right at the very tippy top of the previous all-time high. Now, we have been watching this I think what is looking more and more like a spring as we move forward. And this is the reason why, right? So in the Wyckoff method, what we want to do is always study the supply characteristics, or what's also a lot of people call volume. So for those of you that don't know, supply or volume just represents how much Ethereum was sold or bought within a particular hour. Every time a candle or one of these things turns blue or red, it's just showing how much of the strength was weighted into. Was it more weighted into selling, or is it more weighted into buying? And down here, as we drove up into these new all-time highs, it's actually always been by limited price. And this is really important because the supply signature here becomes one of our key factors. So here we have this unique moment visible on the daily where you had equal amount of supply bought and sold. And it's a little tricky because this is often where the upthrust and distribution can start to take place. But right now we've been rising on falling supply. And that's really important. We've gone over this many times, but as you can see here at the bottom, our supply signature is falling and our price is rising throughout the trend line. This is really important. This brings us back to a bunch of things we have talked about in the nature of supply characteristics. So here we saw a massive amount of supply come in on the sales side, and it pushed us down only to the top of the trading range at around 2100, and we instantly turned back around. Multiple times this has happened. And more specifically, this moment here, where we had a massive amount of supply come in, just test the top of the POC, and then push us back outwards. This, to me, is leaning incredibly bullish. We've seen this throughout the rest of the sector, whether it's Bitcoin, FTT, Serum, or many other tokens. One of the things that's important here is to really focus in on these supply and demand characteristics, because that's how the market works. So one of the other things we really like to do to drive home here is use Glassnode. So for those of you that are new to the channel, first off, give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying this content. If you find it valuable, please give us a like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. But what we're going to do today as well is we're actually going to look at Ethereum on Glassnode. So Glassnode, let's see here. Glassnode exchange balance stacked for Ethereum. So one of the things we like to constantly go over is the amount of Ethereum or Bitcoin, that's normally what we're looking at, that's on the exchanges. So here you can see this blue line represents the amount of Ethereum that's left on the open exchanges. So in July, we had around 16.58% on the exchanges in total, and ever since July, we've been slowly falling. We've had a huge big supply test back here at around $1,200. A lot of supply came out of the market, but it's been generally continuing to decline. And over the last month here, since let's say April, we've fallen dramatically from around 12.9% to a low of 11.84. And in the last few days during that test, a big chunk of supply came onto the market, and this is most likely retail. Now, within Ethereum, what's kind of fun here is it gives us the potential to look at other areas of so the miners, what they're doing, etc. Let's take a look here. Where is this? Thermocap to market ratio. So there's a few. Where should have had them on. Should have had them all saved, I guess. I'll try to keep these saved next time, so it's a little easier. Anyways, more importantly, when we're looking at this amount of supply come in and out of the open market, every time we decrease, the volatility increases. So that means as the open supply goes down, it takes less and less buying and or selling to move the price. So remember that as supply decreases, the volatility increases in both directions. It is not just static to the downside or to the upside. And that's really important to remember. And here we go. We're about to peak out into a new all-time high for Ethereum right now. I believe we're going to go much higher for Ethereum. I was a little hesitant at this particular supply test the other day, but we've got bought back up and we've now been moving up on rising supply. So I'm stoked. I'm very happy. Again, you know, everything's about risk management and determining your own kind of weight and portfolio size as everything goes forward. But I'm still fully in my Ethereum positions, which feels great. I did shave off some Bitcoin the other day at around 55, 56,000. Just to cover business costs for the next year or two. So I'm not worried about that. We are already up 10x from our Bitcoin play anyways. And as a collateral layer, it's quite stable in comparison. You know, we see that Ethereum is actually significantly more volatile. It's almost done twice as well as Bitcoin from March to date. And I think that's another important factor again here is to remember, and then we'll kind of end with this, that way back here, in March 11th, this is when the bull market started, and here we are, approximately 2,800% from the bottom of that. And with Bitcoin here, we make a quick little comparison, just from pretty standard price conjecture. Like this is a fact. There's nothing that can deny this fact. We're up only 1,000%. So Ethereum is up almost 2.5 times higher than Bitcoin. Its volatility is also higher, but its return and reward is also higher because of the nature of asymmetry. And as we get further and further into these plays, realizing that this is still early stage venture capital. We just have this prime, beautiful opportunity to make these entries. So it looks like we're probably going to jump past the previous all-time high because we are, well, actually, we're just about to do it now. We're rising on falling supply. I'm seeing around, let's see here, just a quick check. Probably around 3,200, 32 to 3,400 is where we're going to peak out next before we see a big dramatic retest. And that will likely follow alongside Bitcoin. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of these shorter updates. We'll just do one token at a time. Maybe I'll do Cardano. We'll just try to do one at a time and maybe produce like 3 to 5 videos today. So let me know how you feel about these shorter videos. Congratulations to all of those who continue to remain strong and bullish throughout the times when all the main crypto YouTubers have face meltings to the wrong side. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Tia with the Arcane Bear. Remember to follow us on all these channels down below, whether it's on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, any of these you'd like to follow us on. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys. I hope you've liked these shorter videos. We'll see how it goes. 8 minutes we're at right now. Maybe they should be a little longer, but we'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. And leave your thoughts and comments on which tokens you'd like me to look at. And then maybe I can do a few more of these and just break them up as pre-recorded videos. Because especially as I go traveling, it'll be easier to pre-record, upload, and then continue throughout the day. The live is a whole process. I've been enjoying it with you guys, but let's see how these pre-recorded videos go.